Hey, King. Hey, Yasmin. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Leslie. We're going to get started in like 3 minutes. So starts open Google Classroom. Yeah, I'll mark y'all here. Spread the word if you know somebody that you were talking to and they're not online. Tell them to get online. Hey, Block, you're on speakerphone because I'm in class.
Oh, you're in class?
Yeah, what's up? It's your class. You want to say hi?
Hey, Columbia?
Yeah. Well, right now, and she's asking, do you need a laptop? Because I think you're on our list today. It takes a while for them to respond. Hey, Jolena. Hey, Isaac.
Is the Zoom for just us?
We're
I was
gonna.
just trying to catch up on the text messages.
Yeah, Morgan did a FaceTime with all of us, but it was a little chaotic. So we're gonna try Zoom tonight for us to talk about
So we're
stuff.
gonna try it?
Yeah.
Okay. At 5. And then do I need the premium version? Because they didn't email me back.
I don't think so. I don't think I have the premium either. Well, just whatever you have should work. I just wanted us to be able to like type stuff while we talk. Oh my god, my hair looks crazy.
Cool. Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you go back to class. I'm sorry. I didn't even think about what time it was. Yeah. I just left school. I am headed home, but I told them if they need me to just call me because I'm only 20 minutes away. I feel like 5 to 6 is going to be insane. Right now, it's kind of just like dead. Yeah, I was trying to, when I'm done this class, I'm going to do my last list of like kids we flagged we have today. Like, who should I not reach out to? Oh my god, everyone. Like, you know what? I'll text you. Miss to send me a picture. Cash or payment. Okay. And you send me. I'll send you. Sorry. I just out of those 6 kids at least, like that we were worried about, who is taken care of and who I reached out to a few already, but who do we need to make sure goes in tonight? Okay. I'll look at that list and then I'll send you who we still need to reach out to. We can just split it. And then the last thing I was going to say, what was I going to say? Oh, 2 o'clock, New Jersey governor is having a press conference, and one said, I'll be done with these guys at 2. We're starting just now. 2 p.m. Okay. And I think you can get into it from like NewJersey.gov. Okay. Tell the kids if you're on, if their families want to listen. He said he's going to be talking about education. Okay. Yikes. So I don't know what that means. All right, we'll watch it tonight. All right. I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye. Sorry, guys. So looks like we only got 8 people so far. We should be getting started, but I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. So let me pause my music. For the people who are here, I wrote to go into Google Classroom, so just give me a thumbs up when you're there. In Google Classroom, the first slide, we're gonna do some color coding. It's not a journal today. It's gonna be a little bit different, a little more interactive. So we have 3 colors: red, yellow, and blue. In red, you're going to highlight on that slide any characters. So we met some new characters. Yes, Sherilyn, if you're done your notes, turn them in. You're good to go. The second color I said was yellow. What motivates our characters? So in our reading Friday, Romeo had some motivation, some reason that he went to go see Friar Lawrence. You need to highlight that in yellow.
Sherilyn, the quiz will be tomorrow as I do now. Don't worry about it, okay? If you want to practice it on SparkNotes, that's a great idea. Minor, you're fine. If you want to stay for this class, you're good. Or if you have questions, you can be here. Anyone can be here. I know today was like a weird day with picking up computers and all that, so it's okay. I'm sorry. So on that slide, we did red, you're highlighting characters. And this is kind of what it should look like. I took a screenshot of somebody in Paces. So red is highlighting any characters that we met. This is just our summary of what we read Friday. Hey, Miss Sui, what's up? Yep, Jada, you're just highlighting the text. Yellow, there should be two things we highlight that shows the Friar's motivations and Romeo's motivations, okay? Then we have one more thing, blue. There's a few additional problems that happened on Friday that we didn't really get to discuss. So I'm going to do my best to not rush you through this. I'll try to give you like 4 minutes. Miss Sui and I will open your notes and try to see who's here and who's not. Okay, again, if you're here, I need you to say here so I can write down attendance. And you also should have put it in our Google Classroom. Hey, Kev. Yes, we are still moving forward with Romeo and Juliet. I don't know if you guys were on the line or on the YouTube a little bit earlier. Miss Block said there's a press conference today. Excuse me. It's going to be in an hour, so we're going to try to finish by 2 o'clock and watch that. If the governor says that this is going to be a little bit longer at home instruction, then we're going to keep going on Romeo and Juliet because we already are in it and we have the plans made and stuff. If he tells us it's just 2 weeks, we'll move on to Outsiders starting tomorrow. Kev, if you're not home, that's fine. You can, when you get home, watch this stream and it should walk you through all the problems, okay? So if you're doing something, that's fine. And if you guys know for some reason you'll be doing something, you can always attend another class as long as, you know, you're there at some point during the day and I can mark you down. Hey, Isaiah, thanks for coming. Hey, Isaiah. Hey, Dev. Everyone's logging into day 10 notes. Slide 2. All right, and I actually logged in on Google Classroom on our class iPad for the first time, so I'm going to see what some of these look like. Jolena, you're in here, right? Brian, you're here, good. All right. So I'm just going to go through on Classroom for everybody and just kind of see where you guys are at, okay? So like Alex, I don't see anything yet, so you should get in there. Oh, I just opened Brandon's. Oops. Blue is Uzziah, any problems that we see coming up. Brian, this is you. You have to start highlighting. If anybody has contact for Carlos, because he's not here right now either. Sherilyn, on that problem, C just meant it was W and C, like windows and closets. You had to answer both, and they were just stop and jots. Chrisley, good job. She, even though characters are repeated, right? Chrisley is highlighting everybody. She's good to go. Keep going, Chrisley. Christian, he's almost done his second paragraph. He's already identified a problem, a motivation, and 3 characters. Hey, Emmanuel, you're all good. Everyone's just working on their do now, and I'm giving some feedback. Hey, Sherilyn, what I want you to do right now, Miss Brooks gave you her cell in the last chat. Since these are like individual, is character motivations. Yep, thank you, Catherine. Guys, Derek is in here. If anyone can reach out or knows where Derek's at. I feel like I just said his name really weird. Devin, I know you're here. All right, Devin's got some characters started. She's looking for character motivations and she's looking for problems. Guys, Misui is in the chat as well. So if you're in Colombia and you have a direct question about your notes, tell her and she'll pop in for you, okay? Guys, Elvis isn't here. If anyone can reach out and see where Elvis is, I'll try to send him a text. Emmanuel, I know you just got here, so I don't want to put you on blast, but Isaac. Look at him go. Why was I nervous? All right, Isaac, you're just looking for maybe one more motivation, and there's 2 per here. All right, Isaiah. Still in our first paragraph, but he's going to keep going. If anyone has a way to reach out to Josiah too, I'm going to text right now. All right, moving down the list. We got Jada. I know she's in here, so I'm sure this will be good. Ready? Yes, perfect. All right. Jada, there's another problem, like even minor problems, like right here. I know some people had said Romeo not going to sleep the night before. That's a problem, right? Like especially for Friar Lawrence, who's like his adult friend and mentor. If you guys came to me with a problem and you had been out all night and hadn't gone to sleep, that's something I would be worried about. Yes. Sherilyn, I'm not in your class right now, but in a few minutes, yeah, I can show your do now. Misui, I will text you a list. Jolena, looks like you just have characters, so you should move on after next paragraph to motivation and problem. It's all right, Alex. We're just on the do now still. We're taking our time. No rush. All right, Julia. Wait, is Julia here? She's not roasting me. Where is Julia? Anybody talk to Julia? Can someone reach out to her? I feel like Jada, can you do that? Or thank you, she's here. Uh-oh, also Justin. Anybody? Justini? My guy, where's he at? Justin, wait. Where are you at, guy? All right, Catherine. I know she knows what's up because she's been answering questions for all of y'all. Look at that smiley face. Thank you. All right. We got Kev. I know Kev's in here. Julia Gulia. Oh no, Kev, what's up? Oh, because you're not in the house right now? Kevin had said that. So Kevin's just going to make sure he watches this stream and he goes back. Almost through everybody. King. All right, King, you only have characters, so we got to move to the yellow now and blue. What are some motivations and problems we're having? Guys, I miss all of you. Like, you guys saying to each other, you miss each other. Like, I'm teaching in the back room of my house right now. I'm so lonely. Like, what is this? I'm in a closet. This is a closet. Derek's not answering me. All right, Miss Sui, can you text home for Derek? Where did I leave off? We got Leslie. I know she's in the party right now. Let's see. Putting Leslie on blast. She loves that. Leslie, what are you doing? Picked up his tech, so he should be good. Stevie's in the other room. Miss Sue, you're worse than the kids. Mike, if you're here, what's going on? Get there. Raphael, has anyone heard from him? I know he's really been sick. He's not here either. This is scaring me, guys. We can't be like this on day one where we're missing like half the class. Y'all shouldn't be in stores right now. He was in the dollar store? Great. Justin's here. Awesome. All right. Raniel, Misui, if you have a number for Ronnie. This is breaking my heart, guys. Yasmin, come through, please. Will she come through? Just with characters, Yasmin. All right. It seems like some people, I got through everybody. We're at Uzziah. Uzziah is going to have it filled out. Uzziah is going to be good. Yes. Okay. Alex is saying, what is the C, the M, and the P? C stands for characters. So in Uzziah's, he says Friar Lawrence. That's a character. He highlighted it in red. Perfect. Yellow is a motivation. So why does Romeo go to see Friar Lawrence? I'm going to check Uzziah. In the second paragraph, well, Uzziah, you highlighted that he had not slept the night before. That's not a motivation. That's a problem. So you should highlight that one in blue. Okay. But this part is right. Your second paragraph. Uzziah said Romeo is motivated to go see Friar Lawrence because he's describing his new love. He's saying he wants to marry her, and he wants Friar Lawrence to give his consent and help marry them. That's your motivation. Good job. Our problems. So Uzziah, you don't have the correct problem for the first paragraph. It should be that he's not sleeping. And that's a problem. Like I said, if you guys came to me and you stayed up all night, I'd be concerned. I'd be like, what's going on? Are you okay? Are you anxious? What happened? Right? In the second paragraph, a problem is that Friar Lawrence thinks Romeo stayed out all night with Rosalind. He's also, in this third paragraph, Friar Lawrence does not believe that Romeo really loves Juliet. That's a problem. So there should be some more problems in here if you're Uzziah. Hey, Raniel, thanks for getting here, bud. All right. It looks like we checked pretty much everybody's notes for today just on the do now. We're going to start moving into the reading. So I'm going to give you a link in our conversation of where you guys can go to read along with me. In my last two classes, we read the entire scene, but it's kind of long. So I'm going to actually just read some parts, just what we need to answer our questions. We'll just read just enough today, if that's okay with y'all. Justin said he feels bad for NYU kids because they have to wake up early. You guys all have to wake up at the same time because tomorrow and for you. So we're all going to have intervention and be up. We're all going to have first period, second period. So we should all be up at the same time. All right. I put the link to go on SparkNotes and I'm going to start to read. Can somebody type in our conversation box? What's the first question we should be answering in today's text? It's the first thing you should be listening for. I woke up at 6. Y'all are lazy. Bums. No, we're going to have 3 separate classes for reading. I will not be all on one live because that would be too many kids to give feedback to. So Masui is going to be with me for NYU and Columbia, and she's in our chat. So if you have specific questions, she's in your notes. And then Miss Brooks is going to be in my PACE one. If your laptop is dying, plug it in, Dev. Probably won't impact you greatly, but you should be, eating fruits and vegetables, sleeping a full 7 to 8 hours, making sure you have some type of exercise. I have a jump rope in my house I'm trying to use, and I took the dogs out, but you really got to worry about your health, okay? You're stressing me out. Miss Sui also just put her number in the chat, guys, if you need to call and ask her a question like live in the moment, okay? All right. Sherilyn is probably my most active member of this class, and she's not even in this homeroom. She said, do you want to know the first question? Yes, I want somebody to type what's the first thing we're listening for in the text, because I'm only going to read a little bit of this first section. It should be slide 3, guys. What does Benvolio say Romeo will do? Yep, that's all we're listening for. Then I'm going to skip. There's like a big scene where the boys are all making like on your own time. Y'all can read on the link that I provided. Anything for yourself. Yep. Jada, you're right. Thank you. Sherilyn, you're right. So I'm going to start reading. Again, the link, I'm going to post it again and again. We're going to go right here to read along with me. All right. All right. Mercutio and Benvolio enter the stage, right? And they're still wondering where their friend is. We know that Romeo, in our reading on Friday, went to go see Friar Lawrence. He wants his help to go marry Juliet. All right. Mercutio, where the devil can Romeo be? Didn't he come home last night? No, to his father's house. I asked a servant. That fair-skinned, hard-hearted hussy, Rosalind, is going to torment him until he goes insane. Tybalt, old Capulet's nephew, has sent a letter to Romeo's father's house. I bet it's a challenge. Romeo will answer that challenge. Any man who knows how to write can answer a letter. No, Romeo will respond to the letter's writer, telling him whether he accepts the challenge. Okay, guys, first of all, what is a challenge at this time period? If I was in Shakespearean time and I wrote you a letter to challenge you, what does that mean? Slide 3. And Mike, you're right. A fight. A quarrel. Yep. A fight. Sure. Why does Tybalt send a letter to Romeo's house to be like, yo, let's fight? Why would he send that? Like, why is Tybalt so mad at Romeo? We already read that scene a while ago. Because they're enemies, yeah. Christian, because he saw him at the thingy. In class, I would tell you, be more specific here. Come on. Isaiah said the party. Yeah, and Tybalt wanted to fight. Why didn't Tybalt fight him at the party? Because he kissed Juliet. Alex, that's a great idea, but I don't think Tybalt saw that happen. I don't think Tybalt was aware. My question was, why does Tybalt not fight Romeo? Who's Disco, huh? Because you keep giving me the right answers and great vocab. Y'all are going to need to change your usernames to your names because I am not keeping up. That's Julia? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Juliet's dad said, don't fight Romeo here. And remember, he like slaps Tybalt in the movie, and you guys were all like, whoa. Yeah. So Tybalt couldn't fight at the party, so he's sending a letter to want to fight Romeo in a different place. All right. So now we're still listening, or we don't have to listen anymore. The text evidence was already a challenge. Okay, cite evidence from the Shakespearean side. So I'm gonna, again, I hate to pick on you, Alex, but you're top on my alphabet, so we're starting with you. or not, because my app froze. All right, she's starting right now. You get a head start because it's frozen. Mike, we are on day 10. We already did the second slide, so don't worry about that. We're on slide 3. It's so quiet in here. This is so weird, guys. Remember, guys, it's stop and jot is just start answer and evidence, and you're citing from the Shakespeare. Okay. So Alex says Benvolio says that Romeo will accept the challenge that Tybalt sent. Yep. And we just need to cite. Brian, is Brian in here? Brian, are you here? Yeah. Brian, you did part 1, but you need your answer here, buddy. We are reading, Catherine, here. It's Act 2, Scene 4. And we just read the first, so some students have stopped by today and they've gotten a hard copy of The Outsiders, which is potentially what we would be doing next. So if you're struggling to access the online text and type, I know it can be difficult. Like for me, I'm using 2 devices right now and I'm using my phone. So I'm using the computer, tablet, and phone. That might be a good way for you to like read while you're doing the work. I know it's hard to even have one device, but the school is providing devices. Like if you get up there before 6 o'clock, all of you can have a Chromebook if you need that. Okay. All right. Carlos, I still don't think he's here. Miss Sui, were you able to get a hold of Carlos? I'm on Chrisley now. Miss Mitch is flexing. Guys, this was like donated to our class, so this isn't even me. My wife got my cell phone. I'm not flexing. None of this is stuff I got. All right, Chrisley has her answer. She's just trying to find her text evidence to go to school and get a Chromebook today, because I don't know if anyone will be there tomorrow to do that. Christian. Yep, Christian has it. Christian for president. He says Benvolio says Romeo is not gonna do the challenge. Oh, he will do the challenge. And this text evidence says, and Christian, you should just write like in the text or like on page 1 it says, nay, he will answer the letters master, how he dares being dared. And out of the 2 options for text evidence, that's the best one. All right, we're moving on now. So after you have your answer and evidence, this slide should pop up, but this is wrong. So where it says Mercutio, I'm going to give you guys some time to change this to say Romeo. This is my bad. This is what happens when you make notes at 6 in the morning. Okay. So take a second on that slide to change it to say Romeo. To say Romeo and Tybalt. Romeo, Tybalt. Thanks, Alex. I see you changing it right now. All right. Now we're listening for Mercutio is going to talk about what his opinion of this fight is. Does he think his friend is going to win this battle between Tybalt and Romeo? Does he think his friend is weak? Does he think his friend is smart? Okay, so we're listening for a quote of what does Mercutio think about Romeo in this battle. Then at the bottom, we're going to hear Mercutio's opinion of Tybalt. We're expecting Mercutio to hate Tybalt, but he's going to compliment Tybalt, which is really weird. Okay? All right. Benvolio says, no, Romeo will respond to the letter's writer, telling him whether he accepts the challenge. Oh, poor Romeo. He's already dead. He's been stabbed by a white girl's black eye. I don't really get what that means, but sure. He's been cut through the ear with a love song. The center of his heart has been split by blind Cupid's arrow. Is he man enough at this point to face off with Tybalt? All right, somebody give me some evidence. What does Romeo's best friend think about him fighting Tybalt? Sherilyn said he's heartbroken, so he's gonna not be able to fight. He's dead. And she put crying faces. Yep. Anybody have anything to add to that? Y'all are killing it. Chrisley, that Romeo's weak. Yep. That he would die. Yeah, like if he's saying if Romeo's in a fight, Mercutio says, if my friend fights Tybalt, my friend's gonna die because he's too worried about these girls right now. That he's not man enough. Really good, Isaiah. Yeah. He thinks he isn't strong enough. Yeah, Christian, I think a big part of it too is we're going to hear about Tybalt being this trained fighter, and Romeo doesn't have skills like that. Isaiah, good. Yeah, he feels like he is weakened by love. So, guys, that's what you're jotting on the side that will say Romeo. Okay. So I'm going to open somebody else's notes. So I'm going to go to Alex's again because I saw her already change it to say Romeo. So we're here. And where Alex wrote Romeo, she's going to put some text evidence underneath that says his best friend thinks he is weak or heartbroken or dead. Okay, just put a quote right there. Julia says, which side says Romeo? The side that Miss Mitchner wrote Mercutio. Just delete that. I was asleep this morning. I'm so sorry. I'll get better. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job though, right? Like these notes look kind of cute. No? You keep lagging. Emmanuel, there's a link to free and probably like a little bit faster Wi-Fi on our school's website. So please talk to your parents about that tonight if you're having Wi-Fi issues. I think Comcast, Verizon, all these companies are giving free resources right now because we know that everyone's kind of in a crisis right now. Julia, stop roasting me. They're good. I'm gonna make a better one tonight. I miss you guys. I'll cry. All right, looks like Alex is done. Now we're gonna read cite that evidence. Okay, sorry. Miss Styles just texted me and I invited her to come join our class because she wants to see how we're doing things. All right. So now we're at the bottom. Benvolio says, why? What's Tybalt's story? He says he's tougher than the Prince of Cats. He does everything by the book. He fights like you sing at a recital, paying attention to time, distance, proportion. He takes the proper breaks, 1, 2, and a third in your heart. He's the butcher who can hit any silk button. What does that phrase mean? He's the butcher that can hit any silk button. Everyone act personally? You mean professionally, Justin? You're funny. He's a master. A master of what, though? Hey, Josiah, welcome. You are starting work for your other classes tomorrow, but I had said on Friday that we were going to keep our schedule, and you guys did really well on Friday, so I didn't want to mess things up. Yes, Isaiah, so you're totally right. So saying that he is a butcher that can hit any silk button, that evidence tells us that, what do you mean master of a duel, Sherilyn? What does that mean? A duel? Oh, a duel. Yeah, like if they were getting into a fight with each other. All right, pause on the talking about your mom's watching TikToks. So now I see like Alex is still on the right side. Now we're going to write some of that text evidence on the Tybalt side. So if we said he's a butcher that can hit any silk button, that evidence should go here. All right, I'm gonna keep reading because there's definitely more than that he's a good fighter, okay? There's more details. All right, it says he's a gentleman from the finest school of fencing. He knows how to turn any argument into a sword fight. He knows pasado, the forward thrust. The puntos were positive things, right? You guys told me he's a great fighter. He knows all the moves. He's a gentleman. Now Mercutio is going to say some negative things that we've been waiting for. So for the Tybalt side, let's try to cite 2. On this side, with Romeo, you guys just cited like one piece of evidence, most of you. But for Tybalt, let's try to do one good thing that Mercutio said, which is that he's a good fighter, and then one thing that is negative, which is happening now. All right. He says, I hate these crazy affected guys who use foreign phrases and newfangled expressions. I hate their strange manners and weird accents. I hate it when they say, by Jesus, this is a very good blade, a very brave man, a very good whore. Isn't this a sad thing, my good man? Why should we put up with these foreign buzzards, these fashion mongers, these guys who say, pardon me, these guys who care so much about manners that they can't kick back on a bench without whining, oh, my aching bones. All right, what are some things that Mercutio thinks are annoying about Tybalt? What does he not like? The nurse thinks the gentlemen are inappropriate. Sherilyn, we're not at the nurse yet, so don't move on to that question. Yes, Alex. So Mercutio thinks Tybalt's accent is annoying. What else? Yep, the way he talks, his mannerisms. There's more. I'm going to put the quote in our conversation so you guys have a little more. So here's the quote that I read. Oh, there's a limit of what you can post in here. Only 200 characters. Okay, I broke it up into 3 sections. So let's pull a little bit more from the text. So you guys said the way he talks. So that's the first quote that I posted. What else though? Yeah, his attitude. It's okay, Emmanuel. You can watch later. Just notes have to be in by 4:30, okay? If you guys need a hint, there's a word in here that describes when we read about Tybalt the first time, the text told us that he was obsessed with this. And it's annoying. Yeah, good job, Sherilyn. Like the way he dresses. So he said the way he talks, the way he dresses, his attitude in general. It says that he whines, right? He complains about things. So that's 4 things you could write on Tybalt's side. All right, we're moving to the next question. You guys are doing a great job. So there's just a quote on slide 5. We don't need to have that up just yet. We should be on slide 6. All right, there's 2 questions we're listening for, and I'm going to paste them. They say W and C. I'm just going to relabel them as 1 and 2. If we were in class, it was supposed to be a windows question and a closets question, but we aren't in class, so I'm sad. All right, good. I'm glad Derek is coming. Hey, Derek. Derek, we're on day 10 and we're now on slide 6, so come meet us. All right, I'm going to skip a little bit in the text to go to the nurse. I'm going to link what page I want you guys to meet me on. just because in my last couple classes, we kind of ran out of time and I went over, and I don't want to do that. So if you're on Spark Notes, we're on page 5. All right. So we're on page 5. The nurse is entering, and we're trying to listen for what is her point of view about Mercutio and Benvolio. The nurse comes and she wants to talk to Romeo. She wants to give him a message. But his little friends are going to act a certain way and make the nurse either like them or hate them. All right, Derek, if you're not home, that's fine. You can watch the stream later and catch up. Also, if you need a Chromebook, you need to go to school before 6 p.m. today to make sure you're ready for tomorrow, because it's going to be all your classes. We were, Justin, we were on slide 4. Slide 5 is just a quote. Slide 6 is where we are right now. All right, I'm going to start to read. So we're in the Spark Notes where the nurse enters. All right. And Romeo says, "Here is something good." Can you guys just give me like a thumbs up where you see that? The nurse enters with her servant, Peter. All right, I'm going to start to read since most of you look like you're getting there. So the nurse enters with her servant, Peter. Romeo says, "Here's something good." And Benvolio says, "A sail, a sail." And in the text, guys, if you click on that, it says that Benvolio is making this cry at the nurse. He's basically saying she's like as fat as a boat, or like looks silly or crazy. He's saying like, "I see a ship." So he's already making fun of her. Mercutio says, "There's two, a man and a woman." The nurse yells, "Peter, I am at your service. Give me my fan, Peter." "Good Peter, give her her fan to hide her face. Her fan is prettier than her face." So again, Mercutio has made 2 negative comments, and Benvolio. They said she looked like a boat, and they called her ugly. Okay? So we're listening for evidence of how the nurse is going to react to that. "Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, or good afternoon, fair lady. Is it now afternoon?" "It's not earlier than that, I tell you. The lusty hand of the clock is now pricking noon. Get out of here. What kind of man are you?" "I'm a man, my lady, that God has made for himself to ruin." "I swear you speak the truth. For himself to ruin," he says. "Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I could find young Romeo?" All right. Some people are already in the comments answering. So our first question was, how does the nurse feel about these gentlemen? There's only really one quote we can use. Anybody inappropriate? Guys, Sherilyn is showing you up and she's not even in this class. Where is Columbia at? Where are you? I can't see you. She thinks they're weird. She thinks they're inappropriate. She thinks they're foolish. The only quote that we saw so far, though, was, "Get out of here. What kind of man are you?" So she wants them to go away. She's annoyed by them. She's going to give us some more description of how she doesn't like them. Romeo says, "I can tell you where to find Romeo, but young Romeo will be older when you find him than he was when you started looking for him. I am the youngest man by that name because there is no one younger or worse." "You speak well." "Is the worst well?" "Very well taken, I believe, very wise." "If you're Romeo, the Romeo I'm looking for, sir. I'd like to have confidence with you. She will indict him to some dinner party. And then Mercutio is saying, a pimp, I found it out. Mercutio is saying that Romeo is meeting the nurse to like have a relationship with. Again, this is the third inappropriate or fourth inappropriate joke Mercutio has made towards the nurse. Romeo says, you found what out? Mercutio said, she's not a prostitute unless she's using her ugliness to hide her promiscuity. Romeo, are you still going to your father's for lunch? I'm skipping that little song. I'm not singing. Let's go there. I'll follow after you. Goodbye, old lady. Goodbye, lady. All right, this would definitely be our answer again for number 1. So how does the nurse view those two after they said all of those terrible things to her? Can anyone copy and paste the Shakespearean perspective for us? That's what I would really like. Like, how do we know the nurse thinks that they are, some people said foul-mouthed or bad. The question, sorry, they said I lagged. The question is, what quote in Shakespeare, what does it tell us to let us know the nurse does not like Mercutio and Benvolio? Now, punk is in the modern version. I want the evidence from the Shakespeare side. So look where it says punk and then kind of move over. We're on page 8 of the Spark Notes. The first question. I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery? Saucy merchant. Saucy. Yep, you're good. Phone is blowing up. Miss Block is posting on your Google Classroom. Like really inappropriate jokes. The last question. Romeo is gonna kind of, he says, nurse. Mercutio is a man who likes to hear the sound of his own voice. He says more in 1 minute than he does in a whole month. All right. So what is Romeo's point of view about his friends? Does he think they're inappropriate and crude and bad? Nope, guys. For all of our questions for while we're at home, everything's going to be stop and jot except for your exit tickets, okay? Just because it takes a lot longer to kind of get through the instruction because I don't have your help. So just stop and jots. Yep, they talk too much. That's Romeo's point of view. It's like if your friend said something bad in class and you're like, oh, don't listen to him. He just talks all the time. He doesn't know what he's saying. Like I can probably think of 3 people right now. It's on their mind and it's not that deep. Yeah, Sherilyn, I agree. It's like he wants his friends to be quiet too. They rant too much. Sherilyn said, who? You. Just kidding. Miss Shady. I'm just, you know what I mean. Like people who, like me, right? Like I talk all the time and if I said something that maybe I shouldn't have, you'd be like, oh, that's just Miss Michener. She just like can't shut up. Now, normally I would send you to like finish reading this scene on your own and do your exit ticket, but I'm just gonna read the end of the scene. Your exit ticket says, now the last thing we have to figure out is how does the nurse feel about Romeo? We've talked about how Mercutio thinks of everybody. We've talked about how the nurse views Benvolio and Mercutio. Now we got to say, does the nurse like Romeo or not like him? Does she trust him? Does she not? This is important because she's basically like Juliet's only real family. She's raised Juliet. She's like her mom. So we want her to like Romeo, but we got to prove it with evidence. Getting a YouTube taken down for copyright, but you'll see like she seems in the movie like she doesn't really trust him, but I think she is warming up to him. All right, so let's see. The nurse said, if he says anything against me, like Mercutio, I'll humble him, even if he were stronger than he is, and 20 punks like him. If I can't do it myself, I'll find someone who can. That dirty rat. I'm not one of his sluts. I'm not one of his punk friends who carries a knife. And you just stand there, letting every jerk make fun of me for kicks. I didn't see anybody use you for kicks. If I had seen something like that, I would have quickly pulled out my weapon. Believe me, I'll draw my sword as quick as any other man if I see a fight starting and the law is on my side. Now swear. Now I swear. I'm so angry. I'm shaking all over. That rotten scoundrel. Now please, may I have a word with you, sir? My young mistress asked me to find you. What she asked me to say, I'll keep to myself, but let me tell you this first. If you lead her into a fool's paradise, and the saying goes, it would be an outrageous crime because the girl is so young, and if you try to trick her, it would be an evil thing to do. Any woman in very poor behavior. All right, the nurse, what's she doing right now? Is this good or bad? Yeah, Sherilyn, we're on the exit ticket now. She's warning him. She's threatening him. Yes, you guys are right. It's like if you brought somebody to meet your parents and they were like, if you hurt them, I'm going to hurt you, you know? Sherilyn saying good. She's reading your comments and approving since she's already been in this class twice today. Yeah, Isaiah, I think this could be proving. So if you wanted to for your exit ticket, say that she doesn't quite trust him yet, this could prove that. Now, I would wait to decide your opinion because she's going to talk a little bit more. Nurse, give my regards to your lady. I swear to you. You have a good heart. So this is the nurse. She says, Romeo, you have a good heart. That's good. Like maybe she is liking him and she trusts him. Believe me, I will tell her that. Lord, Lord, she'll be a happy woman. What are you going to tell her, nurse? You're not paying attention to me. Sir, I will tell her that you protest to her, which I think is the gentlemanly thing to do. If you clicked on protest, it tells you the nurse is just mixing up her words. She wants Romeo to propose to Juliet, okay? So again, if you wouldn't tell a boy to propose to your daughter if you didn't really like him. You guys agree? The nurse had to help Juliet sneak out. Again, Sherilyn, we're not there yet, buddy. All right. Romeo says, tell her to devise a plan to get out of her house and come to confession in the Abbey this afternoon. At Friar Lawrence's cell, she can make confession and be married. Here's your reward for your clear steps now. He went to see Friar Lawrence Romeo yesterday, or on Friday when we read, and he said, hey, can you help me get married? How is Juliet going to get there to get married? What is she going to tell her parents? Julia, I agree. Maybe she's only like acting like she likes Romeo because she's trying to do what Juliet wants. Okay, she's going to say that she's going somewhere, but where is that, guys? We got to be able, I think it's a quiz question, so I really want you to know. Where is Juliet going to tell her parents that she is? So that she can actually get married. Her balcony, no, Sherilyn. She's going to go see Friar Lawrence and say she's going to. Here, I'll cite the evidence. You ready? Yes, Alex, thank you. Julia, she's not going to tell her parents that she's going to get married, though. Here. Yeah, to pray. So our evidence was tell her to get a plan. Oh, sorry. I should have muted my computer. I hope that wasn't really loud for all of you. No, she's gonna get married, but tell her parents she's gonna go pray. Yeah. And pray, guys, is AY. Pray that you're saying is like an animal getting hunted. She's gonna jump off a balcony. No. But you're right. We need a plan so that Romeo and Juliet can actually get to each other. So I'm gonna read that part next too. We only have 2 minutes, so I really gotta finish these 2 pages. Come on, Mitch. All right. The nurse says, no, I won't take a penny. Go on, I insist, you take it. Yep, we're on the exit ticket. This afternoon, she'll be there? Wait, good nurse, within the hour, one of my men will come to you behind the abbey wall and give you a rope ladder. I'll use the rope ladder to climb over the walls at night. Then I'll meet Juliet joyfully in secret. Goodbye. Be honest and helpful, and I'll repay you for your efforts. Goodbye. Sing my praises to your mistress. So what's the second step of the plan? It's not just tell her to lie and meet me in confession. What else? The nurse has to do one more thing. Yes, Uzziah, how is the nurse going to help Romeo to get into the Capulets' house, to sneak into Juliet's room? This is why every movie and TV show has like a scene like this, someone sneaking through someone's window, right? It was invented with Romeo and Juliet. To get her the rope ladder. Yes, good job, Alex. All right. The nurse says, may God in heaven bless you. So this could be another piece of evidence that shows the nurse kind of liking Romeo. I don't think people would say like, bless you, may God bless you, if they didn't like and trust somebody. All right. What do you have to say, my dear nurse? Can your man keep a secret? Haven't you ever heard the saying, two can conspire to put one away? I assure you, my man is as true as steel. Okay. This is literally the last page. The last way that we can see in this scene, and the last way we can defend that the nurse might actually like Romeo, is she is about to tell him a secret. And this is going to help him to understand more of what's happening with Juliet. I know, I gotta go quick. No, Isaiah, don't turn it in unless everything's finished. She says, well, sir, my mistress is the sweetest lady. Lord, and she was a little baby. Oh, there's one nobleman in the city, a guy named Paris, who would be happy to claim her as his own. So what is the nurse trying to let Romeo know about? That someone's trying to steal his girl. Yes. So you guys could say that in your exit ticket. Like, we know that the nurse must trust or want Romeo to be successful because she's giving him a heads up about this. Yeah, keeping up with the competition. He's not the only one that wants Juliet. Yeah, you guys are great. You're brilliant. You're wonderful. All right. She said Juliet would rather look at a toad than at him. I make her angry sometimes by saying that Paris is more handsome than you are, but when I say so, I swear she turns as white as a sheet. Don't Rosemary and Romeo begin with the same letter? Yes, nurse, what about that? They both begin with the letter R. Ah, you're a jokester. That's the dog's name. R is for the... I know it begins with another letter. She says the most beautiful thing about you and things about you and Rosemary. It would be good for you to hear the things she says. Give my compliments to your lady. Yes, 1,000 times. Peter, I'm ready. Go ahead, go quickly. All right. we finished the scene. If you need to reread it and you need to hear the parts and read it to yourself or to a friend on the phone, whatever you guys want to do, you should reread it. All notes are going to be due by 4:30 every day, so I have time to grade at night and give you feedback. Okay? I have to log out because Miss Block told me that Miss Lund wants us all to watch the press conference from the governor of New Jersey. So I'm going to try to see what the Google Classroom, whatever you need. Okay? And Miss Sui also put her contact information in here too. All right, but I gotta log out quickly. I'm so sorry. We made it through though, and we were only like 5 minutes late. All right. Bye, miss you, love you. Be good.